Welcome to Mythology Mayhem. We're going to show you some of the updates here. I'm very excited. We've finally finished the Greek area, headed into the Norse. So I'm going to show you those updates here. First update here is in Athens. We added like a little dust cloud to the board. We thought it would make more cartoon if we added a dust cloud and gave them like a whoosh sound effect to make it more silly. And right here, we're headed into the 2D Labyrinth updates. As you go farther here into it, though, you will come across a scroll. This scroll is going to tell you what to do, that the scrolls are beneficial that way, and that you know to hit the levers alternate order in order for something to happen in the puzzle. So the scroll gives you hints as if you're stuck, and when I get to the 3D section here, you're going to see the levers in the correct order. But there's always a scroll to help you out if you get stuck. You have to fight the Minotaurs if you want the dropped objects, but I'm going to go ahead and escape for him now. But you will have to fight them if you're getting dropped objects in the game. So when you come across the 3D Labyrinth, we'll probably have to have a scroll here too that says that these 3D levers are on there too, but that's your hint for the next puzzle. There's your hints that you're going to put the 2D levers in the order of these levers here in this 3D labyrinth. Then you're going to come into this other lever puzzle here, last lever puzzles. And for this Minotaur, we're going to fight. The whole purpose after you get those lever puzzles complete is you're going to get the mirror, which is your weapon against Medusa. It is the Mirror of Archimedes. So I'm going to show you here, 2D cavern. We have our puzzles done. Yay! So we've got this lever puzzle in 2D. Do you want to hope that you're hearing the SFXs that we added to? We've got the footsteps, so that sounds kind of neat, both silly and maybe slightly eerie, which is what we were going for. Anyway, lever puzzle here. Once you finish this lever puzzle, you are going to get your first companion's pet, which is the owl. And he's going to follow you for the rest of the game. He helps fight a little bit. I wouldn't use him to fight all the time, but he always follows you around from this point on. And eventually you'll get other pets and you're going to be able to change your pets. And we are headed into this puzzle, last puzzle here in the cavern. 3D and 2D puzzle. You got to flip between both. And you're putting heads on statues. Once you have all the heads on the 3D statues, they magically appear on the 2D side of things. And then you have to go back forth, try to find the weapons. Once the heads are in place, weapons start to appear. You have to put it on the correct statue in 2D because it's on the correct statue in 3D. So you're going back and forth between 3D, 2D, heads on statues, and weapons on the correct 2D statue as well in order to solve the puzzle and head back into the caverns for the final stage prior to the boss fight. Finally, I'm going to show you here the last section. It's also the main part. When you first come in, you get the one scroll that says about that you're further to find the fates and a companion, which is your owl, but I showed you that we got earlier. But you keep circling back, which is kind of like the Metroidvania part of it, where you keep having to go back. You go back and forth between the 2D and 3D caverns. If you don't have the Mirror of Archimedes, you're going to have to go back and get it, and the fates are going to tell you about that. But this just last section is all cleaned up here. Added all kinds of different art things in here to make the cavern really pop. You might see more gems, water, and trying to correct here all the rest of the enemies to get to the fates here. So right here is the part where it's like go and get the Mirror of Archimedes in order to fight Medusa. If you keep ignoring these scrolls, like the go get the Mirror of Archimedes, once you get to the fates, they won't let you pass. You've got to get the mirror, and you've got to answer their questions, whether they're correct or wrong, before they let you pass into the boss fight. So, yeah, you don't follow the scroll, you get to go all the way back and go back into Labyrinth and go solve the puzzles to get the Mirror of Archimedes to come back. But we are warning them here and other places throughout the game. Go get the mirror. And here we have our boss fight. It's absolutely playable. This is she's green. She starts with green. She becomes purple when she gets enraged. And we've added some SFX here so you can see these poisonous clouds rather than the purple blobs. A lot better for these effects for Medusa. And then we have this part here where she builds up the beam and then fire beams the player. And when you use the mirror to reflect the fire beams back at her, she turns black to freeze in place. And then for the scene itself, we added all this background, all the stalagmites, stalactites, little parts where you have the fire bubbling like lava pits, or a little, I don't know what would be the name of it, but those dishes, I guess you could say, that are huge, that stand on pedestals that he used in times of ancient Greece. So throughout Medusa's cavern, to add to your atmosphere of the place. Once you've killed Medusa, you are brought into the Norse scene to begin the Norse voyage here, and you're starting in the 2D Norse village. And there was a suggestion to make it so that when you're moving along, the houses look like they're moving, kind of like if you're on the road and you see the houses as they pass by and they look like they're moving position. So it's like a perspective thing to make it look more like the player is moving away from different houses. And then here we have the puzzle games. They're going to be set up inside of the Norse houses. You're going to go into the 2D Norse house. One of the 2D houses, we're going to mark it with signs. And then in the 3D village, you can go into a house and you'll be able to play a 3D game of the different Norse games. This one's kind of like a Norse chess, if you will. I'm not going to try to pronounce the name of it right now, but the player will have the directions and will also only be able to move a couple of pieces in order to complete the game. But once the game portion is completed, the player will be able to do a hot seat with another player when we add the multiplayer functionality to the game. And here's a quick look at the other game that has to do with the marbles that they played as well in Vikings at the time of the Vikings. So it was probably a marble type of game. And again, players only going to have a couple marbles to choose from, plus a bit of some directions to go by. Once finished this game, it also becomes playable in a 3D game in a hot seat with another player when we add the multiplayer functionality to the game. And that's the end of this showcase for August. I'm so sorry it took so long, but I'm glad that it is going so well. We're into Norse now, and so excited there to show you other things that we're going to accomplish here. I have hopes that maybe we will be able to publish it before 2024. Thank you for watching.